After days of research and a short 2-hour drive, I can practically smell the musky on my hand. I make sure I have all my tools before I go. Here I am using a file to sharpen my hooks. Along with the file, I bring pliers, hook cutters, tape measure, and a knife. The line on my rod is 65-pound braid tipped with a 50-pound wire leader, both of which I'm checking here. I also have a heavy action rod and a bait casting reel. You're also going to want a large net and mini musky baits. This is a multi-spillway excursion. The sunny footage here comes from Alm Creek State Park, and the cloudy footage comes from Cedar Creek State Park. Both of these lakes are heavily stocked at over 1 fish per acre. This is a lot for predatory fish, and in most cases where muskie are present, it's less than half a fish per acre. You got to be prepared for lots of casting when muskie fishing. Over these 2 days, I spent around 8 hours hooking baits. Structure is super important when fishing. I look for current breaks, weed beds, or rock points, and also places where water has a steep change in depth. Muskie love to be able to go from deep water to shallow water super fast, and also love the current, as they are necessary to have a river in order to survive. I use baits such as bucktails or topwater to catch muskie. These are both steady retrieve baits, and you can't reel them too quickly. If the muskie wants it, it'll chase it down and eat it. There's many tricks in order to get a fish to bite. One of these is called a figure eight. At the end of your cast retrieval, you want to keep the bait down and in the water and make a figure eight motion in case there's any muskie following your bait. You want to make sure to keep the bait in the water because the fish will follow it all the way up to the bank. They're super curious fish, and they can spook you pretty easily because it's very surprising when one follows your bait all the way to the bank. I break off here from who knows what. It could have been a bite. Most likely was the bridge piling in the middle. The reason I broke off was because I had a faulty swivel bent wide open and let my bucktail come right off, which sucks a lot because that means $30 down the drain. When retying a new swivel on, I make sure I use a trilene knot for its strength and durability. I've never broken off on a knot on one of these knots before. Only the line or the leader and swivel are faulty and break. Moonrise, sunrise, and moonset are also super key factors when catching a fish. There's a musky major and musky minor, and there's an app or even just a calendar that shows you when these times are so you can have the best opportunity for a bite window. Musky bite windows always fall along these lines, for the most part at least, and are really key in helping you be able to catch a fish faster. Another great thing about musky fishing is just being able to be outside for a long time, hang out. If all these factors line up, you can get lucky and be able to boat one of these fish like this.
Turn her sideways to the camera.
Here I show you the proper release of a muskie. I have a glove on one hand. You're not required to wear a glove, but they have huge sharp teeth, and it'll help keep your hand from getting cut up. You really just want to hold the fish in the water, point it away from you, and wait for it to kick off on its own power and swim away and live another day. Even when you don't catch fish, musky fishing is a great time.